Hello, I will be interviewing my dad. He used to smoke when he was in college and high school, and here's how the interview went. As an ex-smoker, how many cigarettes did you smoke and how hard was it to quit?
Thank you, Amir, for bringing this subject up. This is a very interesting subject, actually, especially for teenagers like you. I used to be smoking around one packet a day. Uh,
And how hard was it to quit?
it was actually at the beginning quite hard, but after a couple of attempts, with determination I had in mind, I decided to quit. So I tried to find something else in my life and decided to quit, so I was successful.
Okay. If you could go back in time, what would you say to yourself when you smoked a packet a day?
I used to actually say to myself that I needed the smoking, but in fact it was causing me a lot of difficulties and giving me bad health. So I used to fool myself by saying that I enjoyed it, but it is more important than just enjoyment. In effect, you are harming yourself and harming the environment around you.
Can you tell us how you quit?
Uh, I started by quitting actually first time is when I tried to do some exercises. All of a sudden I felt so unhealthy and I could not really run very fast and for a long distance. From now on I decided, I had in mind that I have to do something about smoking, and gradually I managed to stop.
Okay. So when you were quitting, was it important to have support around you from other non-smokers or ex-smokers?
It's always advantages to have people who are not smokers around you. Actually, they encourage you, and mutually you can have a discussion about how bad smoking can be to your health and to your environment, and so many other disadvantages.
What did you replace smoking with to get through the hard times and the cravings during quitting?
As I told you, is actually I decided to take sports, do some sport activities like keep fit and running. And every time, gradually, I was doing it every day. So really, I did not. I felt that sport can easily replace smoking.
Do you have any advice for people who are trying to quit?
Advice is just to think that smoking is harmful to yourself. It's causing you disease in the long run. Most of the time you realize after time has passed, and gradually some disease can build in your body. So stop smoking before it's too late.
Now that you are a non-smoker, how do your smoking friends and other smokers uh, act around you?
Uh, my smokers friends actually admire the will I had it in me to be able to stop. But I always tell them that it is not really that hard. You only have to have it in your mind that you want to stop, and just go for it. It's always a will. You have to have a strong will and realize that it is harmful to yourself, and it's quite expensive at the end of the day. So really, you have to do something about it before it's too soon, before it's too late.
How are you feeling about being a non-smoker?
I feel great. It is fantastic, actually. It is. You feel so healthy. You sleep better. You eat better. You feel more focused, and you feel you actually work better at performance at your job, and overall, it's overall health and enjoyment.
Okay, what was one of the hardest things about being a smoker?
The hardest thing is feeling that you are actually trapped you're actually addicted to something which is unuseful to yourself, and feeling helpless that something else is taking control over your life. And this is the last thing you want. You're a free person. You should be able to do what you want, and you should not be take and accept any weakness in you and allows other outside sources to control you.
Okay, and lastly, what are your thoughts on the tobacco industry?
You know, the tobacco industry, always we have to think that human being is becoming so greedy. The tobacco industry is spending so much money on advertising and convincing people to take up smoking, especially teenagers and young women. When you think about them, they're really just focusing about making money and not caring about people's health. In my opinion, it should be government who stops stop these cigarette manufacturing from pushing more people to smoke, and for them to realize, force them to increase taxes, for example, and make it hard for people in general to smoke.